So I came across an article about a 10-year-old girl whose story sounded really familiar to me. Now, many of you know my story of going to work with my mom at Bell Labs in New Jersey and playing this crazy game called Hunt the Wumpus, and really just learning how to code at a young age. I think I was about 9 then. Well, my next guest is the founder, inventor of the board game Coder Bunnies that teaches players as young as 4 some basic coding concepts. And after I saw this, I just knew I had to have her on our show. Please welcome Samaira Mehta. Samaira, thank you for joining us. I have so many questions for you today, but at what age did you really say, this is something that I want to pursue?
I was about 6 when I was first introduced to coding with my dad. He actually introduced it to me with a little prank when he showed me something on his computer, which had one button and a command, which said, press this if you're beautiful. So when I gave it a try, my mouse pointer touched the "You are beautiful" command, and it just disappeared. So I was a little confused. I was like, how did you do that? Am I not beautiful? What's going on here? So he told me that he used something called coding to create it, and I think that's what really got me interested in coding, because I wanted to prank my friends in a similar way.
That's good.
And then I started talking to my friends. You know, there's this new concept called coding, and I really like it. In my opinion, it's something really fun. But I saw that many of my friends didn't exactly agree with me, and I thought that was weird. So I wanted to do something about it.
So when you first went to your friends, because you're like, what, 6, 7 years old, right? And they're playing with dolls and cars and trucks and maybe iPads and video games and things like that. And you're saying, okay, all this is really great and fun, but hey, instead of playing like with My Little Pink Pony, we could create the Little Pink Pony, right? I mean, so did they think you were like a little weird?
You know, I thought maybe, but a lot of my friends supported my idea, maybe giving it a try. You know, if I could make coding fun for them, they were willing to try coding once again. And so that's why I decided to create a board game. You know, I mean, all kids love playing board games, so I thought, what better way? And, you know, it really got them involved once I showed them some of my very early prototypes. They loved the idea, and that's when I realized that something as complex as computer programming can be converted into something as simple as a board game.
What is the concept of the board game? How does it work? And how do you play? And who becomes the winner?
So in the game, each player has their own bunny. And the overall objective is for the bunny to eat its colored carrots and then reach the destination. So now they have code cards that include move forward, turn left, turn right, and jump, which allow the bunny to move in certain directions to get them closer to either their carrot or their destination. Now, while doing this, they learn various coding concepts that can be used in real computer programming. For example, in just the very basic levels, you can learn something like sequencings and conditionals. But,
Sure.
You know, as you play more and more advanced levels of the game, you can learn all sorts of programming languages, such as stack, queue, list, parallelism, functions, repeat, and so many others. So my goal is that with these games, I want to introduce kids to the concepts of computer programming. No particular language, but the behind the scenes, or the actual concept that goes into every single programming language, so that when the kids go on the computer to do the real programming, it'll be a lot familiar, it'll be easier for them to connect and in turn learn computer programming in a fun way.
And that's really great, Smart, because a lot of kids, when they just turn on their computers or they play their video games or whatever it may be, or even if they're just using Google Docs, they don't really think about what's happening behind the scenes to make all that possible. So how many of these board games have you sold?
So up till now, I have sold about 17,000 games, making revenue a little over 700K. And right now, these profits are going back into creating more games, and I'm saving a little bit for my college education as well. But homelessness is also a topic very close to my heart, so I'm using some of the funds to give back and donate to the homeless.
Well, you know what, Samaira, you got it going on, girlfriend. I'm so proud of you. I really am. I think you're awesome.
Thank you so much.
Okay, now here's the deal. I want you to do a few things for me. Number one is I want you to give your mom and dad a big hug because they're doing a great job. I want you to also know how wonderful you are and how beautiful and how driven you are and how great of a future that you have ahead of you. And if you ever get to Phoenix, I want you to come by and say hello, and also keep us posted of everything that you're doing, okay?
Thank you, of course.
Okay, gosh, I'll tell you. Well, isn't she just a little smarty pants? If you have kids, show them this interview. Maybe it will inspire them to say, put the Xbox controller down. Now, if you've seen something amazing about technology, I want you to share it with me. Head over to Komando.com and use that link that says, contact us. Hey, thanks for watching. Now, a few things. Don't forget to click the like button and also subscribe to our YouTube channel. And for more digital know-how, check out all these other great links.